Hey everybody, welcome to Lesser Saints of Discord, your one and only pre-show to the Late Night Saints. We're starting a little early this week because Rimshee and I don't currently really have jobs, technically.
I have no work. I have a job.
Yeah,
I
me
have no
neither.
work.
Yeah, I have a job and no work as well.
Yeah.
Hope everybody else that's dealing with that is doing all right. It's rough
Yeah.
times. I've been seeing a lot of comedy clubs throw up like GoFundMe's for the wait staff stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah. I've got not much to say about this.
I just think it's nice. Willie Nelson did a live streaming concert last night.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing that shit. Like,
yeah, I like it, but it's not the same.
Yeah, I went and got a Nintendo Switch so that Miss Rimshee could escape the reality of the situation.
Yeah, that works.
Because I've got all the games on my computer. She generally has movies, and she's been playing this game, Old Man Journey, and she loves playing it, but she absolutely hates the game at the same time.
That's a sign of a good game.
Yeah. Hell, I think I'll just leave the door open in case she wants to come in.
Okay. Also, this week we're joined by Sir and Skull Nugget.
Hello. Good evening. One person that's not us watching.
Yeah. It's probably my mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Internet.
Skull, what is wrong with you?
Well, this is what happens when you spend how many days inside a house you can't go out and full of Mountain Dew with no pills?
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll work.
Hey, Rimshee, you want to talk about some asshole cruise ship?
Oh, no.
Yeah, why not?
Let's just jump right into it.
Into the news! Wait, that's not it.
Nope, there it is.
That's the wrong one.
No, it's not. That's the right one.
That's the same one I posted.
Cruise line tells passengers about positive COVID-19 case on ship days after trip ends.
Oh, fuck.
Orlando, Florida. A major cruise line has notified passengers that someone on the ship they sailed on earlier this month tested positive for the COVID after being taken off the boat just 2 days into the voyage. The notice to passengers from Norwegian Cruise Line was sent late Wednesday after WESH 2, that's a weird fucking name.
It's just like the local NBC channel.
WESH2 News reported that 2 days into the Norwegian Breakaway's March 7th voyage of the Port Carnival, a woman woke up...
Canaveral?
Port Canaveral. It's Canaveral. It's Canaveral. Fuck you.
Canaveral. Canaveral.
I don't care about this group. They fucking suck. A woman woke up ill and was taken to the ship's sickbay. The doctor on board the ship sent the woman to a hospital in Jamaica when they docked. The woman was then flown to Broward Hospital in Fort Lauderdale, where she was diagnosed with COVID-19.
I don't know what's worse, being diagnosed with coronavirus or having to go to Fort Lauderdale.
Having to go with Fort Lauderdale, hands down.
Well, right now, Miami and Fort Lauderdale has a bunch of spring breakers fucking around, so...
Like I said, Fort Lauderdale, hands down.
I think the governor of the state just gave an address. It's like, party's over. Everybody needs to go home.
Your party can't be bigger than a group of 10. Stop.
Must be 6 feet away. Move along.
The woman's sister told WESH2 News on Wednesday that Norwegian Cruise Line has not notified the ship's other passengers that someone on the trip had tested positive for COVID-19. WESH2 News reached out to Norwegian Cruise Lines multiple times, but it was only hours after the story aired that passengers who were on board the ship said they received a letter from the company notifying them about the positive COVID-19 case.
Asshole.
But okay, so were these emails or were they snail mail? Because first off, snail mail's fucked up, but you're more likely to pay attention to it, I think. Because email, oh, it's from Princess fucking Mononoke Airline Cruises. Who the fuck cares? It's probably just another ad.
I wonder if they canceled the Slipknot cruise as well.
Everything's
Oh, it's
canceled.
canceled. Yeah, dude, they even canceled Skankfest. And those dirty fucks don't give a shit.
I wanted to go to Skankfest.
So did I.
Rimshee, why didn't you take us to Skankfest?
Because I don't have the money to pay for you, Skull.
Yeah, it's like $100. It's like $100.
I don't have the
for a
money to
ticket,
pay for
and-
me.
Yeah.
I'm
And it
in
was Houston,
quarantine
Texas.
and I don't have work and I filed for UI.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, well, no, I got nothing more to say on that. The passengers who were on the ship are now wondering why the cruise line waited 4 days to let them know about the positive test. Why did it take... Okay, if it was snail mail, I can understand that. But that takes forever. If it was email, that's straight fucked up.
It's like, hey, just thought you all should know that you may all have been exposed to this global pandemic-causing virus.
Yeah, hope you're
Please
not
cruise
hope
with us
you're
again
not your
sometime.
grandparents. Hope you're not visiting your grandparents right now and telling them about your cruise instead of checking your mail.
This can go really, really bad because who likes... Damn it, what is that old people like to play? Shuffleboard.
Yeah,
What if it's
shuffleboard's
a...
shit.
Yeah, and only old people play it. What if it's a shuffleboard tournament on the cruise?
I don't know.
Okay.
But this is
For one thing,
kind of
it's
like...
not just old people that play it. Get out of here, Skull. There's actually tabletop shuffleboard. A lot of bars around here have them. Super fun.
Stop being discriminatory.
You know, this is like the that dude you banged a week ago shooting you a text saying, "Hey, by the way, I tested positive for the herp. You might want to get yourself checked."
No, this is worse than
Hey,
that
Mickey.
because you cannot have symptoms and still carry it, and
Mhm.
it can transfer onto other people. This is way worse than that.
Yeah, at least herpes isn't airborne.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at least exactly herpes. You have to have the contact. You just sneeze in the wrong direction, and 5 people are infected with this.
Here, I'm just
You
gonna go with
sneeze
this
in the
table.
right direction and 4 people are fucking coming down with that shit. God.
You
It's
sneeze into
pretty
your
bad.
elbow, give somebody a high five. All of a sudden, 20 people are infected with it now.
You know, that's the thing. They ask us to not hug, but high five. Sure.
No,
touch
no,
the
it's
place
fist
where it's even more infected.
It's fist bumps and elbows.
No,
I just
Google has been
prefer people
saying
not
only high
touching me at
fives.
all because fuck people.
Nobody touches me anyway. Fine.
That's because no one likes you.
I know. We've been over
Keep
this.
my joke away from me, Jables. People dislike me more than you do.
I'm done with this
Just go ask
article.
Hannah.
Let's move on to the next one.
It's not that we dislike you, Skull, it's just we can't be bothered to care about you.
All right, you're taking this one, Jables.
All right. Mercury scorching temps may actually lead to ice.
So, Jables and I were talking about this before. Again, we don't read these articles, but I have a feeling it's because the lack of pressure on Mercury, combined with the heat, allows for a weird equilibrium where ice can exist. Because, like, like on Mars, you can have liquid water and it'll simultaneously freeze and boil because of the low pressure and the low temperature.
So,
Because space is terrifying.
let me get this straight. It's basically dry ice, but in liquid form.
What?
Dry
Wow.
ice. Dry ice is so cold it burns.
No.
No,
Are you
no,
paying
no.
attention
no.
to what
It
you say
it
at all?
no. It doesn't actually burn. It's just so cold it feels like a burn. There's a difference.
Yes.
Sorry, words.
Yeah, what dry ice does is it goes to a liquid and then goes to a gas so quickly that
It virtually boils on your skin.
it virtually boils instantly, and as a result it draws so much heat out of the contacting flesh that it'll cause damage to the skin because it freezes it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, dry ice is just frozen carbon dioxide.
Yeah,
This has been your high school chemistry lesson.
I didn't have high school chemistry.
this explains a few
Well,
things.
we just covered an
Failure
article
of the
last
American
week.
education system.
We just covered an article last week about a bunch of people dying from suffocation in a pool because somebody threw a bunch of dry ice in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another prime example because it draws the heat out of the water so quick that it just it increases the rate at which it boils, or
Would it even
at which
worse
it
in a hot
melts.
tub?
Well, and then carbon dioxide is kind of heavy, so it just sort of floated on the surface of the water, and people that were in the pool suffocated.
Ugh.
3 died.
Yeah. It was intense.
But
Several
anyway,
others were
Fucking Russians.
severely injured.
so let's continue on, Jables.
All right. Could Mercury's close orbit to the sun help the planet generate ice? Sounds like a paradox, but new analysis of the planet's surface chemistry suggests that heat-generated ice may indeed be the case. Even though daytime temperatures on Mercury soar to 750 degrees Fahrenheit, 400 degrees Celsius, ice can occur in craters sheltered from the sun. There, the surface is exposed to cold space at about minus 330 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 200 degrees Celsius. We've known about this ice for almost a decade, thanks to observations from NASA's now defunct MESSENGER Mercury Surface Space Environment Geochemistry and Ranging spacecraft. But the explanation for how some of the ice got there, chemically speaking, remains under investigation. A new study shows how water can collect on the surface even amid these extremely hot temperatures. Also, this just feeds into my theory that every planet in the solar system is just a different stage of Earth. And
All
they're
right,
actually
you're gonna
all
have to
gradually moving
explain
away
that.
from the sun, and the sun just spits out a new planet every once in a while.
So what you're saying is that we came from Mars to Earth and colonized Earth, and we're just too dumb to
No,
realize it.
I'm not saying we did it. I'm saying each planet had a point in time when it was Earth-like and had possibly a decent like ecosystem and everything.
Explain
support life.
Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, and Jupiter and Uranus.
I was
Well,
gonna say,
Jupiter's not a
that
planet.
doesn't really work with the ice giants.
Jupiter is a planet.
What do you mean it doesn't work with the ice giants? You think if we didn't get far enough away from the sun, we wouldn't become an ice giant? We got a shit ton of water on this planet.
75%.
You're thinking
Yeah,
gas giants, sire, or sir.
Oh,
No, Uranus and Neptune are ice giants, Rimshee. There is a difference.
my anus is icy. I just put icy hot on it. No, right. Sorry.
That's
You're fired, Jables. Oh my god.
Like,
Huh.
Uranus is made up primarily of methane ice.
Yeah, but it's a gas giant regardless. Do you know how much cows fart? How much methane is in our atmosphere right now?
Well, here's a question. What about our second moon that we're supposed to get? Is that a new planet?
Oh, no, it's only going to be around for like a week.
Yeah,
Fucking dumb. And it's only the size of like a car. It's not even really like a moon. I was so
darn.
excited
Yeah,
when we
especially-
first
Barely
read the article.
qualifies as an asteroid.
It's been
Yeah.
here for 3 years.
Yeah, but it's going to be gone soon enough.
Yeah,
anyways,
it's
and
gone
it's-
next month, supposedly. Which
Yeah,
is a
it's
bunch
being
of fucking
slingshot towards the
bullshit.
sun or something. I know. I wanted 2 moons. That would have been dope. The title of that article was extremely misleading.
Yeah, because it's neither new nor staying. Fuck you, article.
Yeah,
See,
Nor- and it's only the size of a sedan.
Well, at least it wasn't the size of a Prius.
A Prius is
Prius
a
is a
sedan.
But a Prius is a Prius.
Sedan is the style.
skull.
Yeah, sedan is a 4-door car.
So maybe not the hatchback Prius, but definitely the sedan Prius.
Definitely the 4-door.
Yeah. Well, hatchbacks are 4 doors as well, but
Yeah,
I guess you could technically call a hatchback a 5-door.
yeah. Well, is a hatchback in a sedan kind of like a squares and rectangle situation?
I think it
All
kind of
hatchbacks
is.
are sedans, but not all sedans are hatchbacks.
But
As
are
long
all
as they have
hatchback
4 doors.
station wagons.
Station wagons.
I don't know.
Station wagons are cool. I like station wagons.
Why are we talking about cars?
Because this article is boring and no one
God.
cares.
Because we're talking about Mercury. My dad owns a Mercury. Cars got into the picture. Like, there we go. We're talking about cars.
I think we're already done with this article. This is why this one went so
They're
fucking
cars.
early.
They're all cars.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, so you want to take the next one? It's already posted in the live.
sire.
I'm
Sir.
not sire, damn
Sir, god damn it.
it. Sire's married. I'm gonna be alone for the rest of my life.
That's only because you choose to.
Okay, so which one? The Verge
NASA and
article?
SpaceX.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Verge, not Vice.
All right.
Use device.
As soon as it loads.
Oh, I've got my vices.
I'm drinking my Vice right now. Cheers.
Yeah, about to grab another one.
That reminds me, I have some Cadbury eggs in my fucking drawer. I need to get those.
I only have water.
Remember, stock up on alcohol. Water won't last.
From The Verge, NASA and SpaceX still targeting May for first crewed mission to space amid coronavirus pandemic. Meanwhile, NASA continues to monitor the impact of the disease. Why is NASA monitoring it? I guess we'll find out.
I don't know.
Because
You're
yeah,
out
I
of
don't
time. Moving on.
yeah. Had a bit, couldn't phrase it right, lost it. Let's go.
After 6 years of developing a new passenger
Illuminati.
spacecraft for NASA, SpaceX is finally on track to launch its very first crew to the International Space Station in mid to late May. But uncertainty surrounds the flight as the novel coronavirus pandemic worsens in the U.S. On Wednesday, NASA put out a call to press to cover the mission from Cape Canaveral, Florida, because I can read Rimshee.
I'm sorry, my tongue still needs to be cut free from my mouth. And that got
And you
canceled
said
because of the
that, like-
COVID issue.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that
Sorry,
sucks.
Miss Rimshee.
You bitch.
Your torment knows no bounds. But if current restrictions remain in place over the next couple of months, changes will likely need to be made as the mission proceeds. Despite the pandemic, the mission itself is set to be historic. The last time astronauts launched to orbit from the United States was July 8, 2011, the last flight of NASA's space shuttle. Since then, NASA astronauts have relied on Russia's Soyuz rocket to get to and from the International Space Station. That thing's fucking ancient.
Yeah, we canceled this. We canceled the space shuttle because we determined it to be old. Meanwhile, Russia's still using the Soyuz.
Well, no, we've been using it up until recently. So
I mean, like, to be fair, when it comes to space vehicles, the Soyuz is basically like the AK-47. It's crude and rudimentary, but it's also nearly indestructible.
I seriously don't get it. Why haven't we made a elevator to space yet?
Do you know how much that would cost?
because South Park already did it.
And all the fucking carbon nanotube that we would have to use to make
Yeah,
it.
and it'd have to be perfectly formed carbon nanotube. You couldn't just be like, yep, let's form random carbon nanotubes and form that shit. No, it'd have
Yeah,
to
it
be
would also
perfect.
it would also
monitoring the geosynchronous orbit as you go up
Fine,
and up.
ruin my dreams.
Yeah, and we'd also have to create a ring around like Halo, and
No, we
deal
wouldn't.
with that.
That's my
I
job
don't-
then. As an
the
architect, I
elevator?
will build a.
We wouldn't need a ring
elevator.
around the Earth, no.
What's the top of it going to connect to?
It
seems
doesn't
way
need to
too
connect to
unstable.
anything. It
It'll
uses.
be kept in place by its own rotational force.
Yep.
See, there's only a way. You can only go up. You can't go back down.
Oh no, you could go back down. The whole point of the thing is it uses the centrifugal force to maintain position, and for this reason, you'd basically have to have it near the equator,
Yeah.
if not
Like,
on the equator.
we've understood how it would work for a long time now. It's just getting the materials and techniques down to actually do it, which we're not
Yeah,
at that point yet.
Yeah, it's way cheaper and easier just to make a rocket that'll land back in spot.
At least
like
in
Elon
short
Musk did.
term.
Yeah.
So, like, space elevators very well might be a commonplace thing in the future, but we're just not there yet.
Yeah,
we can have
the
elevators in
upfront
houses.
cost would be outweighed by the long-term cost, but the sheer effort to put it up would cost a lot, so much in the short term that we can't even justify the savings in the long term yet.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait until we come up with transporters like from Star Trek, and then we just like our clones get killed and then get reassembled. So fucking cool.
I want a closet full of clowns.
Well,
No, then that
you've
reminds me
heard
of
how the
Mr.
transporter
Beasties.
from Star Trek works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's all that ambiguity as to whether or not it's like, is it really you at the other end of it?
Yeah.
And then, of course, you had
technically it's
that
a clone.
fucking episode of, what was it, Deep Space Nine? No, I think it happened twice, but there was like a clone of Riker who was like left on this planet for all those years.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, that he pops up a few times in the show, but maybe he just I forget if he pops up again in TNG, but I know he pops up again in
I know he shows up in Deep Space Nine.
yeah,
for
Deep
it.
Space Nine. He absolutely shows up again, and he's a dick.
Yeah. Evil
He
Riker.
pops in twice in 2 episodes.
He takes off his sideburns. That's how you know he's evil.
Yeah.
Anyway, each seat on that vehicle costs the space agency more than $70 million. In order to move launchables back to U.S. soil in 2014, NASA tasked 2 companies, Boeing and SpaceX, with developing private space capsules that can ferry astronauts to the International Space Station, part of an initiative called the Commercial Crew Program. Now SpaceX is finally poised to launch its first human passengers on its new Crew Dragon vehicle, marking the first time a commercial vehicle has launched people to orbit. NASA has been hyping this mission for years, but the timing is obviously unlucky. Companies and organizations across the U.S. are telling employees to work from home, and NASA is no different. As of yesterday, all of NASA's centers and facilities are requiring their employees to work from home, with an exception for personnel considered mission essential. NASA's Ames Research Center in Silicon Valley has even more stringent restrictions since 2 of its employees have tested positive for COVID-19, the disease caused by the novel coronavirus. Meanwhile, SpaceX employees have been told they should stay home if they're feeling sick, though SpaceX CEO Elon Musk has downplayed the risks associated with the virus. However, NASA Administrator Jim Brindlestein says the agency is still moving ahead with important missions, including SpaceX's trip, which will carry NASA astronauts Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley to the International Space Station for a quick stay. But schedules are subject to change as the pandemic continues to worsen. One spaceport in South America has already suspended launches to protect its personnel and people living near the site. There's a spaceport in South America? Huh.
See, this is how we kill the aliens.
It's probably funded by cocaine.
It is nothing.
Yeah,
It's built on cocaine. You kidding? That's the main building material.
Yeah, what was that movie? Oh, Mars Attacks, where the Martians couldn't be in contact with any germs.
Yeah.
No, that one. That was the singing one.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
They couldn't stand opera.
Oh, no, wait, sorry.
It was high
Independence Day.
frequency noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Independence Day is the one I was
Independence.
thinking of, where they killed all the aliens with germs. They just sneezed inside the mothership, and you know.
No,
Killed
that
them
I
was
all.
think
a
we
horror
remember
movie
that
too.
movie differently. I
Uh,
specifically remember Jeff Goldblum and a black man that looked suspiciously like Will Smith firing a nuke.
God damn it, Jables! What the fuck are you typing in chat?
I'm not typing anything. What are you talking about? No, seriously, I'm not typing anything.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Really, my hands are on my legs. Because I got hairy legs.
Okay, there's only two people who have the ability.
NASA is proactively monitoring the coronavirus COVID-19 situation as it evolves. NASA said in a statement the agency will continue to follow guidelines from the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention and the agency's chief health and medical officers and communicate any updates that may impact mission planning or media access as they become available. Protocols are already in place to make sure astronauts are in peak health when they fly. Even before the pandemic began, NASA requires all astronauts to go into quarantine 2 weeks ahead of their mission to orbit to ensure that they don't carry any unwanted illness with them to space. There's a full body wipe down before flight, too, according to Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield. With the astronauts heavily monitored before flight, things appear to be moving forward for the mission, but a lot could quickly change between now and the targeted launch in May. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear like the pandemic is going to get much better by May. In fact, researchers are predicting that the disease spread may not peak until late May or early June, according to a new report from the Imperial College London. That may mean that there will be a few people able to visit Cape Canaveral, Florida to witness the historic launch. Even if NASA and SpaceX have no problems moving forward with additional tests and processing for the mission and the launch goes ahead as planned, current social distancing recommendations from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommend against large gatherings. That would be a stark contrast to the large crowds that gathered to watch the last launch of the space shuttle in 2011.
Science, space, catastrophe.
Yay!
Yep.
Cool.
Death from alcohol poisoning.
Science, space, adventure,
Skull,
mustaches.
Skull, you wanna read this this GameStop one real quick?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
should
do
read it.
something useful.
Yeah, this is. By the way, guys, this is the extent of the articles that we have planned for. We have plenty
everything
of
else.
more,
We
but
have a
See, this is what we got.
go.
GameStop has informed employees that local authorities attempt to shut down their stores. In states with orders to close establishments deemed non-essential, they are to inform law enforcement that companies believe they should be classified as internal rental, therefore is able to remain open during the time. The instructions came with a flyer to hand over to law enforcement that include the phone number for GameStops and corporate offices. Sir, did you get infected when you went to GameStop?
No.
you won't know for like 12 days. So
5 employees with access to these instructions and accompanying flyers showed copies to Vice Games Today. GameStop did not immediately respond to the request for comment.
Gee, I wonder why.
Update. GameStop issued the following statement in response to our story, defending their decision to stay open. While GameStop is best known as a provider for gaming and home entertainment systems, we also offer a wide array of products and devices that are important to facilitate remote work, distance learning, and virtual connectivity?
Connectivity, Skull.
Connectivity. Nah. This is a lie. As millions of Americans face unpretended challenges adapting to the virtual learning.
Unprecedented.
See, I have a bad tongue, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got a.
Rimshee's actually got that excuse. I've seen his tongue.
Yeah.
I've touched it. Like it.
I
You weren't
don't
supposed to
remember
talk about
why
that.
I let you do that. I don't remember why I let you do that.
I'm
I suddenly feel like
surprisingly
I'm back in high
charismatic
school.
sometimes and persuasive.
I think it had to do with money.
Maybe.
I would do it for money. Depends on the money.
I bet you would do it for money, Skull.
Yeah.
You're a fucking
Rimshee, actually,
whore.
it did have to do with money. You paid me to do it. I mean.
I didn't pay you shit.
You paid him to touch it.
Hey, no one said there was a touching involved, Skull. Don't jump the gun here.
No, I said it touched his tongue.
Tongue, not tip.
I said his tongue. Yeah.
Okay, now I lost my place.
Which weirdly is in his head, but it's
Wrong head. And that's right, Dead Wolf. GameStop ain't stopping.
Don't stop, won't stop.
At least until they file for.
Oh wait, hold on. I have to address Mickey in the chat. It's not that they're pressuring businesses to shut down, it's that this is a highly infectious disease, and while most people that are generally like younger and in decent health will survive it, it is ridiculously infectious. So
Ridiculously
we need to limit
infectious,
people.
and it's a pretty deadly disease once you get up into 60s and higher.
Yeah. And so it's pretty deadly for a lot of people. Like Seattle has a really high death count because it got into a nursing home and it's just killing off all those old fuckers.
This is why assholes are using the term boomer remover.
Yeah. I told my mom about that. She laughed her ass off.
I bet she did.
Yeah. She's a funny lady. She likes my joke.
Yeah.
I mean,
At least
it's
someone
an effective way
does.
to take some strain off of the Medicare system.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, our Social Security might not run out anymore. So it's fucking plus.
Okay. Moving on.
Yeah, silver linings. We'll go with
but it's-
silver
but it-
linings.
But I did want to address this. It's not so much martial law because they're allowed to stay open still. They just have to do to-go orders for deliveries when it comes to restaurants and stuff. So it's
Yeah, and like
It's
the
not like
GameStop that I went to is like, no more than 10 customers in the store at any given time.
yeah, it's just putting limits and reducing the possibility of spreading.
Alrighty. As millions of Americans face unpredicted challenges adapting to virtual learning, working, and interaction, there is a significant need for technology solutions, and we are one of many providers of these products that are remaining open at this time. Schools, businesses, and families are now suddenly dependent on being able to connect through technology.
All they
Wow,
do
though.
is video game shit. Like what
Oh,
technology do they provide?
no. They sell shitty phone plans now too.
They do?
Say what?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
haven't
they do pay as you go phones. You can get like Boost Mobile shit.
I haven't been properly in a not Best Buy. I went to a Best Buy recently. I haven't properly been in a GameStop in fucking years, so this is surprising to me. Although it's also
Wait,
surprising
yeah.
that they're
Can we
still in
interest you in a
business.
refurbished Android phone? Maybe this tablet will catch your fancy.
Try
they
this new
also-
flip phone.
They also sell like novelty plushies and wallets and stuff like that, just like gaming merch.
Yeah, because they're partnered with Think Geek, or one owns the other, or some shit like that.
They sold out to Fuku.
Yeah.
You could also build a little castle out of all of our Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Because nobody buys them.
Well,
It's too expensive.
It's
I
not
have a
because
nice
they're
little
too
Funko
expensive,
Pop
it's
of the
because they're
dude.
lame.
I have a nice little Funko Pop of the dude from The Big Lebowski.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
acceptable.
Yeah,
That's
it was
reasonable.
a gift. It was a Christmas gift. So definitely
So
accept
all my horror Fuku Pops
Dude
are worthless?
abides.
the Funko Pops.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
unless they're still in the box, then maybe in like 50 years you'll be able to sell them for something. But they're kind of like Beanie Babies.
Remember when Beanie Babies were a thing?
Oh, dude, remember that big court case where these people were getting divorced and they had to split their Beanie Baby collection?
Oh, we need to read that at some point.
They had like one of the biggest Beanie Baby collections in the country, and through the divorce, they had to split it up between the two of them.
That's
Yeah.
fucking priceless.
Fuck, is all you know? The only reason that they were able to make fucking scarcity there was by saying, "Yeah, we're canceling this one, and we're gonna re-release it with this different fabric or color or this, that, or the other thing," and it made the other one seem like it was rare, but in reality, it was just the same one as this other one, just a different color.
See, it's a slighter shade of purple.
And then you had the fucking McDonald's ones.
Yeah.
Oh, the other possibility is they just make so many of them that they wouldn't sell out in their lifetimes, and then they'd say, "Yeah, we're no longer making this one," not mentioning that it's because they have so much of a surplus. Fucking Beanie Babies are bullshit, dude.
Isn't the Princess Jasmine one or whatever, Princess whatever, is still $30,000?
Since when was Princess Jasmine ever a
Not
beanie?
Princess
Beanie-
Jasmine.
By the way, Hexdog and Just
you
This
mean the
Guy Man,
Princess
thanks for the
Diana
follow.
one?
Yes, Princess Diana. Thank you.
I always thought that was kind of in poor taste. But
Yeah. It's only in poor taste if you throw it in a Barbie car and smash it.
and somehow the driver still miraculously survives. Jesus Christ. So yeah, GameStop is shit.
Yeah. They're assholes. I think we can move on.
Yeah, let's do a nice little lighthearted, cute story.
Yeah, let's you want to take this one or do you want me to take it?
You go ahead and take it.
All right.
All right.
Local man allowed to sing outside love's assisted living home window. Because apparently he can't go in. And if he can't get it in, he'll do what he can. Boston. A Massachusetts man who was initially told he could not serenade the love of his life through her window at a South Boston assisted living home was allowed to strum his tune of Love Thursday. Ed Oliver. That's an interesting last name. Bold? Ed Oliver Bold.
Yeah, bold.
Yeah. That makes sense.
He is pretty bold.
Yeah. the name fits. Ed Oliver Bold's longtime girlfriend, Mary Lou, has been living at the Compass on the Bay assisted living facility for 5 years. He visits her daily I'm
surprised this is Massachusetts because this just sounds like a nice, sweet Southern couple.
Yeah.
Ed and Mary Lou. Like,
He visits her daily and on Wednesday decided to do something special. He rode his bike with a guitar in tow and planned to serenade her outside her window. Bold claims his first request to sing to Mary Lou through her window was flatly denied, even though he did not ask to have her window opened. I said, "No, I don't expect you to open the window. I have a manly voice. I can be heard through the glass."
Nice.
He knows how to project.
Translation, I'm not a bitch like you.
I'm a manly man.
Massachusetts officials have imposed new rules for visitors at hospitals and nursing homes amid the coronavirus outbreak, which includes a no visitor policy inside the facility. In a statement, Compass on the Bay said Bold insisted the window be opened and that they denied his request in order to abide by the state's restrictions. On Thursday, Bold was welcomed to sing to Mary Lou through the window under an umbrella. He sang, "You are my sunshine," before tearfully telling her he loved and missed her.
Aww.
Yep. Just a
Just
cute little
wholesome.
story for everybody. Yeah.
A bit of a palate
Just wanted to
cleanser.
serenade his girlfriend. Now I see some of you talking about washing properly after eating the McBunghole. Well, I have here a nice little toilet paper calculator.
Mhm.
So next time you go to buy some toilet paper, buy the right amount.
Yeah.
It has how many you can calculate how many rolls you have and how many toilet visits per day you have. Mine fluctuates because I eat a lot of burritos and fried chicken and wings and yeah, a lot of spicy shit. So it just depends on the day for me. So I'll
Yeah.
go like 5. Plus I drink a lot of beer. That causes some things to happen.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
I'm
so-
not an alcoholic.
That is
What?
Are you judging Jables right now? Skull?
No.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
not
all
alcoholic.
alcoholics when it comes to the quarantine.
Yeah.
I'm
Have you ever
drinking
thought of a
right
better
now.
time to day
Alcohol.
drink?
You know how
I'm stuck
often
broke.
I
What else am
generally
I supposed to do?
You know how often I generally drink? Almost never.
No.
You know how many times I've drank within the past 4 days? More than normal. I will leave it at that. Ignore the glass in my hand currently.
Clunk.
I'm not quite fish, but I'm working my way upstream.
So,
Yeah.
does me drinking Mountain Dew count
No.
as...
No.
No, it does not contain
No.
alcohol.
I mean, I don't drink
That's just a
anymore.
sugar addiction. Yeah, sugar addiction. Sorry.
Yeah.
Addiction, whatever.
Yeah.
addiction?
My brain was still on calculators. My bad. Yeah, so I'll post this in the chat. You can figure out how much toilet paper you need.
I think we have 10 rolls, and I'm putting 2. Like right now, I have what we currently have in the house, and we have 2 people, and we both use the restroom maybe, I don't know, once a day each. Let's go with 4 times a day. Balance it out roughly for any weirdness. I still have 40 days.
Yeah.
I'm good. You don't
Yeah,
need 6 things of toilet paper to survive.
I tell you what, man, like, it's getting fucking crazy. Like, we got people at my store stealing toilet paper out of the stalls.
Oh,
One of the
yeah, I saw
assistant
this.
managers caught a lady with a purse full of our napkins.
Yeah,
We're out
I
of
saw
toilet
somebody-
paper. I need something. You know, apparently San Francisco is clogged because people are using t-shirts.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I saw that fucking
Goddamn.
story. It's like, really?
Just shit in the. Why don't they just shit in the streets like everybody else?
Yeah.
I mean, it works
See,
well enough for Spain.
Yeah.
see, my plan to put outside toilets is not a bad idea anymore.
Oh no, it's a bad idea because it's encouraging people to be like, I'm just gonna shit wherever. Plus, I have seen so many porta shitters, which is basically what you're talking about, and those things
Yeah.
get disgusting. And that's with people who know they're gonna be dealing with it on their own every single day. I can't. Have you ever seen that Jackass stunt where they put Steve-O inside a full
Porta-john.
porta-john
Yeah.
and then you launched him into the air using latex springs or whatever?
I think
I-
they used an airbag.
I have seen I have seen porta-johns that make that look clean once they were done.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a music festival?
No, because I know what I'm gonna find.
Yeah. The trick to a music festival is you shit before you leave, and then you take opiates, which will make you constipated, and then you take a bunch of uppers too, so that you'll just be cruising nice.
Oh, great. We're demonetized.
Oh, sorry. That is not actual advice. That was a joke. Please do not use drugs. Stay safe. Stay in school. Eat your vegetables.
Lesser States of Discord endorse the statements of
Let's
Disclaimer.
3/4 of the people on the show right now do not endorse Jables as a life coach.
Oh no, I don't even endorse myself. 100% of the people on the show do not endorse Jables as a life coach.
4 out of 4 people consider Jables not as a life coach.
Even
I just got
Jables
some weird
recommends that
tips.
You don't trust Jables.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I've got some advice if you don't want to go to the porta potties at a music festival.
I've got better
Not
advice.
saying it's
Only
sound advice, but it's advice.
I've got better advice. Only eat MREs. You'll last a week.
Okay, oh no, because if you're going to be doing other drugs, some drugs do make you have to shit. So, but
We're not talking about doing drugs.
Here's a better idea. If you're going to go to a music festival or Burning Man or something, just get an RV.
Yeah.
Yeah, just rent an RV.
Or they actually
Yeah.
sell like self-contained little porta shitters that I mean there's no privacy, but you get one of those like screen things from REI or something and you've got privacy in a porta shitter all to yourself.
Is this the same company that made that golf club where you're able to pee in it?
Multiple companies do this. Like when I was young and we went camping, my parents had like a little portable shit can thing
I
that
think we called that a bottle.
that we'd keep in the trailer because the trailer didn't have plumbing it didn't have black waste plumbing, I should say. And we just pull it out of the cabinet, drop a deuce, open up the bottom, and squeegee hit this little pump thing until enough water washed it down into the container, and then you close the sliding latch, and you push it back in. You don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Out of
you can
sight.
also just get like
Out of sight,
you can
out
just
of
get
mind.
Exactly.
you can get a squatter and then just like a small shovel, which we should probably cover that article now that I mentioned shovels.
Yeah.
Do we
Yes.
have to?
Yeah, we do have an article
No.
you just get a shovel and what it does is you just fold the legs out and it's just a toilet seat, and then you just dig a little hole.
Yeah,
And
I
then
thought
you just sit
about
on the
getting one
toilet
of
seat
those.
and they're super small and extremely lightweight and pretty portable.
Hey,
Hey,
thanks,
not
Mickey.
bad
Hey,
choice.
gift sub.
Hey, Mickey. Always coming through for us.
Yeah, yes,
I
Hex.
appreciate it.
Yes, Hex. They close you up for like a week if you don't chew on the gum.
Or the chocolate that actually has laxatives in it.
No, there's no chocolate. It's purely the gum.
Oh, they don't do chocolate anymore. Okay.
No.
That makes me sad.
They usually have like Skittles or pound cake or stuff like that. Which, by the way, that anytime you have one of those contests where it's like get the bag with all green M&Ms, guaranteed those end up in MRE packages. Guaranteed.
Oh, also, everybody that is subbed, can we get some sad worries in the chat for Mickey? I don't even know if anybody else that's subbed is here. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, whatever.
Well, it takes time
There
for
we
them
go,
to
Skull.
respond.
Yeah.
There is a
Yeah.
little bit of a delay.
No, but I was looking for people that are subbed. Oop, doesn't matter.
Use your channel points.
No.
Yeah, it was
Then
channel
sub.
anything. You can.
Let's talk about
Channel
shovels.
really good. Yeah, let's talk about shovels. Let's get into it. Shovels in space.
Hey, thanks, Crab.
Hey, Crab.
Space.
I used to do this to my TV when it was. Oh, hype train. What's this hype train? shit?
Brainwash. Subscribe to tier 1.
Nice.
I don't know why, but I need a hero song stuck in my head now.
I don't pity you.
Oh, Brainwash subscribed too. Thanks, Brainwash. Feel free
What
to
the
come on the show
hell?
if you want.
Apparently we have hype train or whatever the fuck that means. Sub,
Yeah, it's a
give
new Twitch
Um,
feature.
whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah, if you give us biddies, you gift a sub or you sub to us, then we gain on the hype train.
And here we
Which
go.
just reached level 2. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what that
Yeah.
means, but cool.
Hype train. Oh, shit. Okay.
The fuck?
We don't know.
Cool. Well, I just saw this the other night on the Late Night Saints channel. I have no idea what hype train just gives people more emotes, I guess.
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
apparently.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Whatever. Keep that hype train going. I guess.
I mean, you're not gonna bother us if you keep it going. Like, have fun, but at the same time, let's keep going. Let's talk about shovels.
Yeah. Space.
Ready?
Yes.
Am
Who's
I?
covering this?
I guess I am. NASA fixes Mars lander by hitting it with a shovel. Yeah.
I think that's
Sometimes
how
just
I
like some
solve
good old-fashioned
problems.
brute force.
Percussive maintenance.
to fix
It's
the
called
reception on it.
percussive maintenance. NASA may have a multi-billion-dollar budget and some of the most advanced technology in the world, but when the Mars InSight lander got into a spot of bother, scientists came up with a charmingly rudimentary fix for its space technology. Hit it with a shovel. The trouble started when a heat probe, known as the Mole, did not manage to dig into the red planet as planned last year. This was due to a lack of friction, which the probe needs in order to burrow into the soil, according to a NASA statement. After several months, the NASA InSight Twitter account outlined its strategy as giving it a push with my robotic arm. And the team and the team has now announced that progress has been made.
It works, even in space.
A bit of good news from Mars. Our new approach of using the robotic arm to push the mole appears to be working, it said on Twitter. Now the team hopes the mole can get on with the measuring heat under the surface of the planet, providing information that will help scientists work out how Mars and all rocky planets were formed. InSight, or interior exploration using seismic investigations, geostudy, and heat transport. I'm glad they turned that into a fucking acronym. Is a 2-year mission to explore a part of Mars that we know the least about, its deep interior. The suite of geophysical instruments on the InSight sounds like a doctor's bag, giving Mars its first checkup since the planet formed. Together, those instruments take measurements of Mars's vital signs, like its pulse, temperature, and reflexes, which translate to internal activity like seismology and the planet's wobble as the sun and its moons tug on Mars. Since
Does it
landing
also
on...
have a COVID-19 test kit?
Yeah, they included that. They thought ahead. Before they even knew it existed, they put it on the InSight.
Yeah.
Since landing on Mars in November 2018, the InSight mission has been taking selfies, providing daily Martian weather reports, and hearing strange sounds. It has also recorded evidence of seismic activity, including 174 seismic events across Mars, and 20
Hold on. Selfies?
yes, and
Yeah,
20
that's a
events
thing a
with a
teenage
magnitude of
daughter-
3 or 4.
Okay. So, Skull, in order to get funding, they need people to know about these projects that are going on. So, anthropomorphizing the robots that are there helps people like pay attention and actually give a shit and give more money to NASA to help keep them running.
So
Please
robot
give
has
us
its own
donations.
Instagram.
Please.
See this robot?
It looks human, right? Close enough?
It took a picture of itself.
In
It's
the
cute. Like
arms
Wally.
that
of an
adorable?
angel.
Remember Wally? It's like Wally.
They should just make
I
a
actually-
Wally-shaped rover and send that up there and be like, we sent Wally to Mars!
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Wally is just NASA propaganda so that you give a shit about the rovers. But we'll get into that conspiracy theory another time.
Bilderbergs.
Last
New
sentence.
emotes!
Last sentence. Evidence of seismic activity on Mars that surprised the team, or surprised the NASA team, was part of the suite of 6 studies published on Friday. It's not working! Hit it with a shovel! I mean, what
Yeah.
the hell?
If it misbehaves, whack it. If it continues to misbehave, whack it harder.
Oh.
How else are you
Uh,
supposed to train and raise your kids?
With a shovel!
Yeah. Of course.
Your
It's either
shovel
a
died
shovel
last
or a
year,
sw-
Brainwash?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll
R.I.P.
buy you a
shovel.
new shovel.
You can't just buy a new shovel. Shovel becomes a part of your family. Like,
Fine, I'll
get
go
really,
find a pregnant
you can get
shovel.
you can get really deep with a shovel. That's all I'm saying. Like, it digs deep.
I don't want to know how you know how deep you can get with a shovel, Jables. There are some things about you I just don't want to know. Unfortunately, I know there will come a point where you will tell me.
I really dig shovels. That's all.
He has shovel hose, he has side shovel hose.
What the fuck is this show?
We don't know.
Crab, it's not the lamest pun you've ever heard, because it's not the lamest pun I've ever made in front of you. So get the
Anyway,
fuck.
moving back to the end times, coming from the Daily Mail,
Oh,
Huge
we're going
chunk
to
of
that one?
Yellowstone National Park, the size of Chicago, is breathing in and out due to magma trapped underneath the surface. So, fucking Yellowstone's gonna explode again, guys.
Mr. Ables, you promised me earlier everything's gonna be okay.
It'll be okay. Even if okay means not lasting longer than a couple years. It's okay.
An area the size of Chicago in Yellowstone National Park has been inflating and deflating by several inches over the past decade.
So
I
is
just
a
want people
balloon.
to think about that for a moment. The Norris Geyser Basin, the oldest, hottest, and most dynamic thermal area in the park, was observed to rise 5.9 inches each year from 2013 to 2015. God damn. An unusual event that left researchers baffled. Now, using satellite radar and GPS data, experts have determined the ground deformation is caused by magma intrusions trapped below the basin's surface. As magma made its way to the surface, the pressure pushed rocks above it up and created an erratic pulsating effect, according to National Geographic.
I got it. This is what they're gonna do, and this is what's gonna happen in fucking April. Yellowstone's gonna threaten to go boom. I mean, every month it's been something new this year so far.
Yeah. Okay, so for people that don't know, Yellowstone National Park is actually on top of a massive super volcano that when it
The
blows,
Yellowstone caldera.
yeah, it's the only reason why it's a caldera is because it already exploded the mountain that it was.
Was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recent
So when it
estimates
goes off
put, like,
again, it's going to cover the entire Earth in ash, and we're going to head into a new ice age. Fortunately, though, we have a bunch of technology, so that means we get to play Mad Max on ice.
Yeah. We'll have plenty of water. It
No.
won't be potable, but we'll have plenty of water.
Yeah. It'll be an ice age.
think Oh, yeah,
Will
think
Sid be
Ice
there?
Age meets Mad Max.
Yeah, Mad Max on ice.
That sounds like a fucking Ice Capades musical.
I know. Well, I think Disney
What's
owns
wrong with
Mad
that,
Max now,
Rimshee?
so that might actually be something that happens.
I would pay to see that.
Mad Max on
I
ice.
would too.
Because the whole premise is that there's no water and no gasoline. There we go. Now you guys are finally getting into the bit.
This is the first time the scientific community has been able to track an entire episode of magma intrusion, which they say is a common occurrence throughout Yellowstone. Yellowstone National Park sits in the northwest region of Wyoming and is home to bursting geysers, steam vents, and bubbling pools. At 3,472 square miles, the park is larger than the states of Rhode Island and Delaware combined. Most of the land is in Wyoming, but some of the park spills over into Montana and Idaho. Below the park is a supervolcano that scientists believe last erupted some 640,000 years ago, but the new study shows that there is still magma flowing beneath the surface. The uplift at Norris Geyser first began in 1996, but came to a halt between 2013 and 2014 after a magnitude 4.9 earthquake struck the area. Following the natural event, the ground started to sink back to its natural depth. However, data shows that the rise began again in 2016 and continued 2 years after researchers believed it has paused for now. Dan Jurison, one of the study authors, wrote in the study, modeling suggests the 1996 to 2004 uplift was caused by an intrusion of magma about 14 kilometers beneath Norris. When magma intrudes, the crust it cools, crystallizes, and releases gases that had been dissolved in the melt. Gas escape lowers pressure in the magma, causing the surface to subside, but rising gases can become trapped under an impenetrable layer of rock, causing the kind of rapid uplift seen at Norris from late 2013 until the magnitude 4.9 earthquake in March 2014. It seems likely the quake created microfractures that allowed gases to escape upward again, resulting in subsidence that ended in 2015. The third Uplift episode from 2016 to 2018 suggests rising gases became trapped again, this time at a slightly shallower depth. Jurison also noted in the study that this type of activity is common throughout the park and does not send off any alarm bells, Newsweek reported. For the first time, we've been able to track an entire episode of magma intrusion degassing. The gas is sent to the near surface for those in the know, like you. That's awesome. Not alarming, he explained.
Yeah, sure. Like, Rimshee and I will be dead, but the rest of you will be able to play Mad Max on ice.
Oh, no, I'll be okay, because due to the
Okay.
rotation of the Earth, where I'm at is outside the range.
Wait, will I be okay?
You might be. I'd double check.
No, Skull Maggot, you'll be fine. You're on
You'll
the
be
other
covered.
side.
You'll be covered in ash, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of screwed. I'm within one of the worst Fallout zones.
Yeah.
Like the Great Plains will
D6
get
would
it
be
the worst,
fucked.
and then the Midwest is gonna get fucked.
D6 would get fucked. He's in Montana.
Oh, by the way, another fun fact about Yellowstone National Park. There is actually a place in Yellowstone National Park, since it crosses between like 3 states, that it's legal to commit murder.
Good to know, Jables.
I know where
Just
I'm
saying.
That's
taking
where that
you
one
next
bitch
summer.
hit the body of her kids.
Well, no, a
No,
lawyer
that's not
actually
true.
discovered this loophole, and after contacting the federal government about this weird loophole to commit murder, he went and murdered a dude out there to prove that he was right. And he's still free. All right.
No, isn't Yellowstone where Yogi Bear lives?
What?
Yellowstone? I don't know. Yogi Bear?
Right.
What?
What the fuck?
I'm sure TJ Miller goes out there every once in a while, and that's why people think Sasquatch is there, but like TJ Miller was also in the Yogi Bear movies.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Whatever. I think we're done with this one.
All right. All right. Let's talk about Pootie Poppin'.
Okay, I gotta find it.
Christ's sake.
Here it is. Yeah, I know you want this one, Jables.
Oh, I do. I love popping pussy. Burleson, Texas. Woman in critical condition after she blew up her vagina using a fire extinguisher.
Good God!
Okay. This should be interesting.
Now that I have your attention, a 25-year-old woman in Burleson, Texas, has been seriously injured after a reckless plan to spray a fire extinguisher into her vagina left her with massive internal bleeding. Shit.
You don't say!
Don't try this at home, kids. Not even the professionals would.
Also, if you're a kid watching this, get the fuck out of the room.
This
Shanice
so bothers
Brown.
me. Because remember the time when they did the huge thing, don't put things in your vagina?
It's not a vagina.
There's a whole Twitter page about it.
Yeah, like
You
my
know-
favorite descriptors for that are that doesn't go there and it's not a pocket.
Is it
This
bad?
is a new extreme.
Is it bad that I hope she destroyed any chance of reproducing?
No, it's not.
It's not necessarily bad, but I think that also depends on whether or not she's the type of person to learn from her mistakes.
No,
She put a fire extinguisher in her vagina, dude.
No, Jables. It does not matter.
Her learning is pretty stunted.
I gotta say, if you're dumb enough to do that,
Oh my god.
Never mind, I'm not gonna say that joke. I'm not gonna. Sometimes.
flaming puss.
Get it together, Jingle.
No.
There was a fire in her pants and she had to put it out.
Oh.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm not gonna say the joke. I'll tell you guys later.
Why use a coat hanger if you can blast your uterus out with high pressure water? God damn it, Brainwash.
No, you just made the joke worse, Rimshee. That's okay.
Jesus Christ,
Anyways.
Brainwash.
Whew. Fire extinguishers don't have water. It's
Some do.
some sort of powdery substance that sucks oxygen out of the air.
That's not true. If I remember right, Class A's do have water.
Yeah,
but who uses Class A's? Everybody's like Class B or C.
Everyone uses Class ABCs.
For like jet fuel and whatnot, you've got like foam-based ones.
See, if it's white and foamy, I think she would like it.
If it was white and foamy, she's got other issues.
Yeah.
She's also got to go to poison control.
Anyways, Shanice Brown, a college student, was attending a party with classmates and reportedly incredibly drunk. At the same time, she decided to grab a fire extinguisher and spray it inside her vagina. I'm just going to use pussy instead of vagina from now on.
See, this is what happens when you... See,
Google boom.
Oh, this hurts so much.
Nice one, Devil.
Her friends were also intoxicated and thought it was a good idea at the time. When she said she'd do it, we just started laughing, said one male classmate who asked not to be named. We had no idea that it would hurt her so badly. Witnesses say, she did this in front of a group of people, too. Oh my God! Sign her up for Jackass number. Sign her up for Jackass 5, the Diversity Edition.
This is why alcohol and stupid people don't mix.
I am even more firm in my belief that I hope she can't reproduce anymore.
Witnesses say,
I mean, it's definitely a runner-up.
Grabbed an extinguisher. Yeah, well, she's still alive. Witnesses say Ms. Brown grabbed an extinguisher from a hallway outside the apartment where the party was being held and returned before exposing herself. She lifted up her skirt, shoved the nozzle right into her pussy. A crowd gathered to watch as she then released the lever and activated the spray. Instantly, we knew something was wrong as her abdomen swelled up like a balloon before it ruptured right in front of us.
Oh my God!
The sudden pressure from the extinguisher is believed to have literally blown up Miss Brown's vagina and caused massive internal bleeding. She is now in critical but stable condition at a local hospital.
I hope she survives.
From Alien.
I hope she survives, but I don't hope I don't want her to have anything coming out of there.
Yeah. Oh, she's not reproducing.
No.
I was going to say, how can anything come out of there? There's nothing left.
Yeah. From the sounds of it, like her abdomen split open, not just her insides.
Yeah.
I can just imagine them standing there and watching it just slowly puff up like a balloon until it pops.
Oh no, it wasn't slow.
It wasn't slow. It was like sudden and explosive rupture.
Holy fuck. People, don't be this stupid.
How could
just imagining it being like fucking Gallagher hitting a watermelon. Wham!
Students and members of the public are being urged to refrain from attempting any similar stunts with fire extinguishers. No. These devices have the potential to seriously harm people if used incorrectly. Yeah, no shit.
You think?
See, this is why my teacher yelled at me when I went to an extinguisher and says, "Hey, can I pull the pin and see what happens?"
You can pull the pin. Nothing will happen. It's when you squeeze the lever.
No,
That's
Dead
when the
Wolf.
party starts.
No, Dead Wolf. It wasn't a balloon. A balloon would have stretched further.
I'm not gonna make that joke, but
Inflation fetish is a fucking lie, in case any of you were unaware.
No, it exists. I've seen people pumping air into their pussies.
Trying to discourage this, Jason.
I'm just saying it's out there.
Use a regulator if you're gonna do it. Don't be stupid, stupid.
The most I've seen is like a handheld like balloon pump. So you just do like one little pump at a time.
I could see that.
Okay.
I want to move on.
please.
Well, I don't know. What do you want to do next? Oh, you want to do that follow-up science article?
Yeah, the other one about Yosemite. Not Yosemite, Yellowstone.
Yes.
Yosemite?
You mean Yosemite?
Yosemite Sam.
I'm from California, and we pronounce it Yosemite, like the heathens we are.
You don't.
No, you don't either.
Don't.
No, quite often we just say Yosemite because it's fucking stupid, and we're stupid.
Oh, I was talking. We don't
Yosemite
about. Oh wait, no, we do have another article about. I was talking more about the follow-up article with the cannonball.
Oh, the cannonball! Yeah, let's do that one.
Yeah.
Cannonball.
Cannonball! What scientists learned after firing a small cannonball into a near-Earth asteroid? This is a follow-up.
Also, keep in mind this is the same rover that shot a bullet into the same asteroid.
Oh no!
Japan's got
are just crazy, and they're just shooting shit into this asteroid to see what happens.
So apparently, Japan got over their tentacle fetish, and now are in a projectile fetish.
Yeah.
Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency's Hayabusa 2 spacecraft fired a copper cannonball, a little bigger than a tennis ball, into a near-Earth asteroid named Ryugu to learn about its composition. Almost a year later, scientists have had a chance to analyze the data captured by cameras on the spacecraft to learn more about this asteroid some 195 million miles away. The Hayabusa 2 probe deployed small carry-on impactor, a device packed with plastic explosives intended to blast an artificial crater in the asteroid. After deploying the SCI from the asteroid's orbit, Hayabusa 2 moved to a safe distance from the blast site, according to the agency. It also released a small camera called DCAM-3. I just keep getting the image in my head that they're trying to do a space hentai, and they're just trying to get all the live footage they can from this bullshit.
At least
trying to get the physics right so that they can animate it.
Yeah. But it deployed the camera to capture the detonation as it occurred. Yeah, I'm even more convinced that this is for a hentai of some sort. The camera floated about a half-mile away. The researchers now know that the impact created a nearly 33-foot-wide crater on the surface of the asteroid. According to a new study, it sent up a plume of material upon impact, which the camera was able to capture in detail. The study published in the journal Science on Thursday, an additional study about the asteroid's composition published Monday in the journal Nature. The crater...
So, hold on. But before you go on, I just want to remind everybody that's been watching us for a while, this is the same rover that jumps across the asteroid instead of rolling, and I already mentioned the bullet. I don't know. Whatever. Keep going.
The crater left behind is like a semicircle, including an elevated rim, a central pit, and an asymmetrical pattern of ejected material, according to the researchers. They believe the asymmetric pattern could be due to a large boulder beneath the crater. Based on the material released by the impact, the researchers also believe that Ryugu includes material similar to loose sand on Earth. The ejecta curtain, or plume of material created by the impact, never fully detached from the surface, according to the study. The researchers think that this was due to the asteroid's gravity. Ryugu is a dark, spinning top-shaped asteroid that measures about 3,000 feet wide. The surface is covered in boulders. It's also incredibly dry, as I would expect.
So instead of trying to get rid of said asteroid, they are trying to make hentai out of said asteroid.
Yeah, that's what I think. Photos captured by the spacecraft have revealed an even distribution of dark and rough rocks, as well as those that are bright and smooth. Scientists believe there are two kinds of material on the asteroid because it likely formed from the leftover rubble after its parent body was hit. This is a model of how the rubble likely formed into the asteroid. That's interesting, I suppose.
Wait, guys, we made it big. There was a bot that came in here.
Really?
Yeah.
We had a bot in here?
I know, it's weird. That's how you know we're doing good.
What did it say?
It was
Doesn't
asking
matter.
if we wanted to become famous.
Yeah. By followers and Prime viewers.
Yeah. Not interested.
Yeah, if I cared about actual followers and viewers, I wouldn't be doing this show with Jables.
Also, we'd talk about politics if we did still do it together.
Yeah.
Mm.
You guys wanted Prime followers, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, because that would imply that we had standards.
Ouch!
I don't have standards.
This
Of course
show
you
doesn't have
don't.
Crab,
standards.
you might have. Crab, it's your fault. I love you, Crab.
If you did, okay.
Yeah, I
Thank
really don't give a
you.
shit. It's just a dumb bot. Everybody knows what's up in here.
Yeah, if we had standards, we wouldn't have been talking about that Texas woman.
The channel milestones.
You know, I gotta say, I was a little disappointed it wasn't a Florida woman.
You know, it's a college individual. She's probably a gender studies major, too.
The fact that she did it at a party in front of people, too. That's just fucking wild.
And we're back on that article.
It's like, I need,
Yeah,
I need an audience for this
probably
bug fucking Santa.
Honestly, I'd probably party with that chick.
You'd probably try and do more than just party.
So you
No,
would put a tire
I'd
in her
party.
next.
You would party.
Believe it or not,
and
I'm
more.
no. I'm actually really responsible with my sexual partners most of the time.
So that's like he's going to get much friction anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, there's still the
That's
other.
how you do the thing.
There's still the other holes.
Yeah. Her asshole wasn't destroyed.
We don't know that.
That'll be the next to go.
She didn't learn her
It
lesson.
didn't work in your pussy. Let's try it in your asshole. See if your intestines pop out.
This is what we. No, let's stop there.
Colon explosion.
Have you ever seen a... Nope, never mind.
There's so many jokes we could make.
Come on, come on. Come see the freak who puts a tire
Since when is
explosion.
Jables not a slut, Mickey? Do you watch this show?
You know, the issue
Yeah,
isn't.
that's not right now.
The issue has nothing to do with watching the show. The issue is have you never met Jables before?
And for most of you, that's a no. Rimshee has.
Oh yeah.
I haven't yet.
He tried to touch me.
What do you mean he
I
did?
touch you. I touch your tongue.
With the tip.
Well, no. I fingered his mouth a bit, but that was
A
it.
tip. Not the tip. A tip.
Yeah, fingers have tips.
God damn it, Jables.
Jables.
Yeah. Crap, last weekend I couldn't make it to Portland.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, wait. Brainwash. Jables started calling that Texan gal Rose Buddy after they went for her party.
Yeah, you would do more than I know you. Careful as you are, you have standards of comedy. And I feel
yeah.
like I feel like you would go far for a joke with her.
Her pussy was blown out, so I fucked her in the ass. That's the only.
Well, there's nothing down there, but the face still works.
Oh.
I know. I did.
I tried to live her pussy. I tried to eat her out, and my entire head got sucked in. It was weird.
We gotta back this up. This is going too far.
Horror movie, man.
Let's bring it back like 12 steps. I think we've gone far enough.
Oh, my cheeks are hurting from this episode.
Dude, far enough was when we've already gone off the cliff. We're way past that point.
Oh.
Do you think she can do pornos now?
Oh, you know what? I would almost
yeah.
guarantee that there will be movies after her. Studios after her.
Your ass and Vagoo belong to the hubby. What about your mouth? Shit. Okay, too far.
How many of the 7 sins have we committed? I don't even remember what the 7 sins are.
Gluttony, lust,
Pride,
anger,
Wrath,
greed.
envy,
greed.
sloth.
I'm a Marine and a gamer. You guess how many of those I've committed.
Actually, hold on. Let me pull it up.
Yep, I guess we're learning everything now.
Yep. On BibleInfo.com, they got. All right, so it's lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, pride. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a
all.
Marine and a gamer. How many of those do you think I've committed?
So we've done the lust thing. Me personally, done the lust thing. Gluttony. I ate a shit ton of food earlier today. Greed. We all asked you for money. Sloth. Rimshee and I haven't been working
for money, but I would appreciate it.
Rimshee and I haven't been working all week, so we got sloth down. Wrath. Haven't done that one yet.
Oh, I have.
I technically did that one last week.
I did
Envy?
this week.
What have we done envy for?
I think that's about the only one that I haven't personally done.
And then pride, we were happy that we were proudful that a bot came here. Makes us feel big. So, that's pride. Envy.
What is envy?
Well, obviously,
It's-
Skull
it's
represents
like-
Envy because he doesn't get considered as a person.
That is true.
and envy is just like a really extreme form of jealousy.
It's jealousy combined with desire. I think that's the best way of describing it. Ugh. Yeah. Shall we move on?
I don't know.
I guess
Should
we
we?
can move on from the girl putting a fire extinguisher in her vagina.
I guarantee you we'll come back to it. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's such a good article.
Yeah, I have a feeling that one's just going to keep looping.
Like, I
That's
mean,
gonna be hilarious.
what the fuck, woman?
We
Next
should
week,
we should make an emoji that's just like a really fat cat.
If someone wants to come up with that, I am not against it.
you
I
know,
see
I'm
Brainwash
pretty
is in the
sure
chat.
we'll
Hey, Brainwash, buddy, could you get us an emoji-sized picture of a really fat cat? Maybe dress it up, put a bow on its head.
Yeah, a bow. That's not it splitting, I promise.
It's got to be red, though.
And around its waist.
Deadpool found Garfield.
Okay.
Fat cat with a boner. No.
No, I can't do the boner. This is Twitch.
Wait,
Said bow, not boner.
Shundlo Garfast?
We're already in deep enough shit with
That's
Twitch.
probably from another server. Well, I don't know. Rimshee, we only have like 2 more semi-serious articles to go through.
Yeah. Well, there's 2, because one of those is way too political. I just read through it and realized.
Wait, which one? It's way too political.
The CNN one.
Oh, the
Yeah.
stimulus?
Yeah, it's too political because someone will make it political because it involves
What's the other
politics.
serious article then? I'm missing an article if that's the case.
All right, the NASA and the Willie Nelson.
Oh, Willie Nelson. Okay, that's right. That's why I skipped over that one. Yeah, so here's it. I'll cover this one because I actually watched it last night. First off, here's the problem with this article. They released it like an hour before Willie Nelson went, like before the concert started. Don't miss out. Willie Nelson is performing a free show on a streaming service. Willie Nelson joined Luck Reunion for a free live stream show that would have been this year's Luck Reunion concert. The concert was previously canceled due to the coronavirus outbreak. The concert is from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., and you can stream it on blankety blank. There are the links. That's the article. So, it was streamed last night. This article was released literally an hour before the stream started. And it was fun. It was a bunch of musicians that they either pre-recorded and sent it in, or they performed live from their homes. You know, just doing their music that they would have done at the show.
That's
One
nice.
dude had his daughter in the room. He was probably like 3 or 4 years old, just requesting just like making the playlist for him, like making a set list, requesting songs that he would play that she liked. So that was cute. Willie Nelson played at the very end. It was live streamed, so I'm sure somebody captured all of it, and it's probably uploaded somewhere. So if you want to check that out, feel free to do that.
It's called the internet.
I'm
Find
not
it.
gonna stop you. Yeah. You can probably find it on YouTube right now. Because I was watching it, and the people running it seemed to not really know how to use the internet. They knew how to use it enough to put this on, but that's about it. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay. So I guess we should move on to the NASA article.
I guess.
More space stuff.
It's another Yellowstone article. NASA satellites make Huh?
Yellowstone from space, though.
Yeah.
It all comes
NASA
together.
satellites make worrying Yellowstone discovery. Changing quickly. NASA scientists made a worrying discovery over the effects of climate change after studying satellite data for more than 2 decades in Yellowstone National Park. It has emerged. The study used data from NASA's Earth science satellites to reveal how the seasons have been changing over the years and impacting the livestock in the area. It showed that the period of vegetation growth has been getting longer each year, likely as a result of climate change decreasing the severity of winters and warming average temperatures overall. Scientists found that this effect on the productivity of grasslands has contributed to the growing number of bison in the park. The work also shows how the same data available in near real time can aid the park's conservation efforts by providing daily maps of green grass cover that helps forecast the movements of bison. Christopher Potter, I know there are some people out there that are going, "Oh my God, Potter!" Christopher Potter, an Earth scientist at NASA, said on March 10th, "It's complex. We found that the length of the growing season is changing quickly. But by compiling daily satellite data, we created a near real-time online tool that resource managers can consult, much like a weather map." NASA completed the work at the request of the National Park Service, who wanted to understand the effects climate change was having on the park.
More buffalo. Cool.
More
Unfortunately, it's
buffalo!
gonna explode next year.
Let's go hunting! That's what that means, right?
Just chase them off a cliff. You'll be fine.
We should just
Researchers.
start shooting them from trains again.
Oh, you goddamn.
No, let's do it from helicopters. Let's get with the times.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to do a plane.
But then you wouldn't be able to turn around and pick it up.
Exactly. Helicopter's a lot better because you can slow down and hover and shoot it and just go down. Put a big old hook in its gut.
Teabag it.
Split it open just like that woman who shoved the fire extinguisher.
It comes full circle.
No. You don't put a hook in its gut. You bring the fire extinguisher along with you.
Oh, you expand it to make more room for a bigger hook.
Yeah! And then you shove the hook.
Who needs air compressors when you have a fire extinguisher?
Exactly.
Are we horrible people? I think we're horrible people. And the worst part is, I'm okay with that.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, man. What the fuck is wrong with us?
There's many things wrong with us.
Ugh.
Do you know why?
Speak for yourself.
Brainwash, shut your whore mouth.
All right. Researchers used moderate resolution imaging spectrometer mounted on both their Terra and Aqua satellites. With the data analysis, god damn it, why couldn't I fucking say that properly? With the data analysis performed, wildlife managers can now track the effects of climate change daily and act accordingly. They will use the data to try and anticipate where and when confrontations between bison and human communities are likely to happen as a result. Conservationists will try and introduce appropriate measures to tackle the effects of global warming on the ecosystem of the park. They will also use MODIS to fight wildfires by predicting when snow is starting to melt and vegetation, which is fuel for fire, growing rapidly across the landscape.
Wait. Are you telling me that dried vegetation is good for fires, like fuel and stuff?
Someone is.
I had no idea. All that time camping, and there was free firewood everywhere. Who the fuck knew?
The more you know.
That's,
Just don't bring a fire extinguisher.
yeah, I thought firewood was only store bought. Jeez, weird. I thought it had to be treated properly so that it would actually catch fire. I didn't know that wood and plant matter caught fire like that. Damn. Now I gotta reevaluate all my camping trips.
I gotta think things through again. God damn it! I could actually save money going camping now. God damn it! You've ruined my world.
So you're telling me all I gotta do is go out there and chop down a tree, and then come back later in the season when it's a little dried out, and then chop it up the rest of the way?
That don't
Seems
sound like
sketchy,
nature
dude.
to me.
Yeah,
Wait, have
because
I been
nature's
muted this
neat.
whole
It's
time?
nature. I guess you've been muted for a bit. I haven't heard
I've
you
been
talk
saying
in a while.
some jokes and you guys were not laughing.
We couldn't hear you
Yeah, I
because
didn't
you're
hear
quiet.
shit.
You might have been muted that whole time. I don't know. Maybe they just weren't funny jokes. One or the other.
I'd lean more towards the first one though, because I didn't hear
you were
shit.
probably muted because I didn't hear you at all.
Neither did I.
I was saying some funny jokes.
Audience
wondering why you
didn't
guys
audience
weren't
didn't hear you either. So you're good, Ben. We just didn't hear you.
Aw.
I've done that shit before. I know it sucks.
Yeah, that was
I made
funny.
a
I'm
joke
like,
about Yogi
why the
Bear
fuck
again.
are you muted, Jables? He's like, oh fuck, I've been saying all these fire jokes. They probably weren't fire. It was probably for the best, but god damn it, Jables.
No, that one. I know which time you're talking about. Those were great fucking jokes. I was so fucking pissed. You have no idea. I was really angry because I was hitting all the points. And, yeah.
All
What I was
right.
trying to say is Yogi Bear gonna be with us when we go camping?
No.
What about the
No, we can't get TJ Miller.
No.
Dr. Potter added, Modus is the silver bullet for these large-scale wilderness situations where daily updates make all the differences in planning and response. That's what it was designed for, and it's the only thing out there that can do it. Climate change poses a massive threat to Yellowstone National Park, as it does to the rest of the world. The National Park Service website states, current research indicates Yellowstone's temperature will continue to rise over the next century, but the behavior of precipitation is more difficult to predict.
Only you could prevent forest fire.
Only you can prevent Asian hentai.
Only you can prevent.
Only you can prevent yourself from making a stupid mistake with a goddamn fire extinguisher.
There we go.
Only you can prevent drunken teens putting fire extinguishers up their vaginas. Donate now.
Don't donate to that. Just beat them when you see them.
No, no.
Preferably
No,
with a shovel.
Okay, let's. God damn it.
And don't forget to go camping afterwards.
Why do you have to ruin the moment, Skull?
That's my job.
Well, you're fired.
That's right, Jables. You're fired.
As if we'd ever pay him.
Wait,
You're
you
so fired.
get paid?
Fire extinguisher.
No, I don't get paid.
Nope, never mind.
Do you think we're gonna lose that vodka sponsorship because of all the things we've been saying?
Oh, hell no.
That's just gonna make it work because vodka fuels poor decisions.
No, I know the guy that offered it to us, and he'd find this fucking hilarious. His girlfriend probably wouldn't. but he would find it fucking hilarious.
That's because she can imagine the problem happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she might though. Like she's borderline. Might find this hilarious, might not. But he would definitely find this fun.
Yo, I got a question. Can we find out what that teen? Well, not teen. She was, what, 25?
She was old enough to be in college. I'm not even going to say old enough to drink because we don't know.
Yes, but can we find out if it's the company that's been selling the vodka?
No, it's not.
It's not. What do you mean?
Oh, I'm hoping that.
What's the company that's been selling the vodka?
Shut up, Skull.
Yeah,
What I was trying to say, can we find out what they were drinking during that time? It could have been the vodka that we were sponsoring.
It's not.
Oh no, it's not. It's not. It's a local brand. They were down in Texas. It's not making it down there yet. And if it is, it's so obscure people aren't buying it. If they were drinking vodka at a college party, it was Smirnoff.
Yeah, guaranteed, because that stuff's cheap. Yeah, I agree, sir. Be more positive, Skull, like Freddie Mercury.
This is very nice.
We're not just here. We're HIV positive.
No.
HIV probable.
HIV probable. That's a classic.
Fun.
Crab, why are you highlighting? Yeah, actually.
I think this.
Pornhub.
Shit.
Crab, you just do this. I think you have a larger following than I do, Crab. So, do it.
Let's go all to the movies.
And shove. Never.
Oh, come on. I was setting it up, man.
Alright, so who's reading this next one? Skull or Sir?
I've
Sir.
got this one.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on, let me double check something real quick. Yeah, I gotta copy this real
It's
quick.
the,
Alright, go for it.
Coming
It's a
to us from the hard times.
Hey, don't tell me where it's from.
Shut up, Jables.
No, I refuse. I only call you
Shy.
Sir because it's the easiest thing to call you. Otherwise, I'd just call you Watching, and that just seems creepy and like, yeah, peeping Tomish.
You know the other reason.
I guess we're all just your subs.
No, you are, because you're the little bitch.
Hey.
Cable's a little bit.
We can talk later, Rimshee.
You'd like that.
Yeah, Sir, Rimshee's hurting my feelings and my self-esteem.
You know I don't.
Never come to my place because my feelings are hurt.
Shy guy hoping to get quarantined at Starbucks during cute barista's shift. Dutchess, New York. Endlessly bashful man Dan Jennick admitted today that he's made extra trips to his local Starbucks during his current crush's shifts, all week long in hopes of being on location in case of a lockdown situation. From the interactions I've had with her so far, she seems like just the kindest person ever, but I've always been too shy to ask her out, Jennick commented, failing to stifle the involuntary shakes brought on by his ninth latte of the day. I figure if I can somehow orchestrate being inside the store when this mass panic causes a quarantine situation, it'll be like something out of a sitcom. We'll be stuck inside here together, get to talking, and when the quarantine is lifted, I can casually drop the, hey, we should do this again sometime line. The plan is literally perfect. And then I can buy the plastic sheeting and get the chainsaw. It'll be great.
You took my joke.
You have jokes?
I was going to say this was more like a horror story. Just get the rope, the extra carpet.
You've never seen American Psycho. Shut up.
I have.
Barista Brittany
Well,
Thomas,
Dexter
however,
ripped off. Have you seen Dexter? Because Dexter just ripped off American Psycho, essentially,
Yeah.
yeah.
for the containment.
Barista Brittany Thomas, however, has easily seen through his elaborate plot. It's super obvious he's trying to somehow ask me out. Every time he orders, he comes so close, then bails at the last second, she recalled. Dude's been in this shop for hours already. He's probably waiting to get locked in here. Thing is, I'm working, so I can't really say anything. It would be inappropriate. But if he would just ask, I would say yes. I like him too. There's no need to wait for a global pandemic. How does he not get that? Oh well.
Okay. No, okay. This is where I'm going to side with the shy guy here. Although she is working, if he's ever there at like the end of your shift and you get off work, ask him out. If it's obvious that he's trying to ask you out, just do that. Be nice to the
Especially
dude.
if you're willing
He's
to
having a
say
rough time.
yes. If it's obvious and
Yeah,
you're
if you're
willing
willing-
to say yes, ask him.
Yeah.
What if the guy is actually in love with the coffee instead of her? Just the way she makes the coffee.
No, it's obvious he's trying to ask. He's just hoping that they're forced together, because then he doesn't have to deal. Because okay, so there's this really interesting hypothesis as to why there's more male comedians than female comedians, and that's because males generally are the ones that have to ask somebody else out, so they end up dealing with a lot more rejection. So when you go on stage and you deal with rejection, you're already used to being rejected, so you just go back into it.
That makes sense.
A lot of females, especially pretty ones, aren't used to being rejected as much. So
apparently, Crab wants to be asked out. Jables, hop on it.
Yeah, Crab,
No,
I
we're
can be a
still
lady.
working Skull Gang Late 2020.
Oh, I forgot about that. I don't think this is your year, because first we had the risk of civil war.
Quarantine.
We had what? Civil war, and then what
quarantining.
was last month's? It was Civil War something and then quarantine.
Fuck, man, I don't remember.
Crap.
That was a
I'm
whole
not
month
saying
ago,
that-
god damn it.
Yeah. Crab, I'm not saying that I'm a lady. I'm saying I can be a lady.
For a
There's
price.
I'm like a ditto. I'll be whatever you want. Ooh.
Just add booze.
Yeah, people are using the 2020 divided by 5 is 404. This entire year is just an air
that's
code.
Right. Fucking Australia burning down.
That's right.
Well, that's kind of a carryover from last year.
Oh, display name? Okay. Let's DM me. Yeah.
All right, you continue reading this article, because I'm curious how this bullshit ends.
Am I gonna get laid out of this episode? This is weird.
Manager and notorious people watcher Bart Diaz has seen the frustrating and confusing mating ritual unfold firsthand. I like to analyze people's body language and parse what they're thinking, he said, examining the clientele. Ryder over there with his laptop, bro that came from the gym, then Dan, who keeps flirting with the barista. You know, I purposely scheduled Brittany the same time every week to try and facilitate this thing from afar. I kind of want to self-quarantine my store at this point, just to move things along. Though they're so shy, it'll probably wouldn't even work.
I'm tired of them not getting together!
After the Starbucks was shut down earlier today, Jennick was seen endlessly swiping through Tinder hoping to find Thomas, while she's been doing the same via Hinge.
Oh, man.
Moral of the story? Ask. Or do what I did and just have her mistake your laziness and asking for a hug for come cuddle with me. No joke, that's how that started.
Yeah. You just didn't want to get up.
Yeah, I didn't
It's
want
like,
to. I didn't want to get off my fat ass, and she misinterpreted my request for a hug, non-verbal request for a hug, for cuddling, and it progressed from there.
Yeah. I know you guys' story, and I've hung out with you too. That was probably the easiest part of your relationship.
Yeah, the
was
hardest.
getting it started.
Yeah. Actually, no. The easiest part was getting it started. The hardest part was keeping it going past a couple months.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we've had both within the span. We had both within the span of like six months. So we're past the tipping point.
Yeah. She's a handful. She knows it though, so at least she's self-aware.
Yeah, she's here, but she can't hear you.
Okay.
Hi, Miss Rimshee.
Hi, Miss Rimshee.
I'm pretty sure the entire chat's gonna say, no, I didn't go full Biden. I didn't randomly kiss her.
You know, I gotta
No,
say
he just
this.
smelled her hair when she cuddled up. So he did go full Biden.
I did not. That was 2 weeks later when it was a thing. What?
I can hear her. What she say?
So he'll probably be going pretty soon.
After the show, someone's getting beat.
I think I just started an argument.
Oh no.
Because she's sitting right here on my couch, nodding her head with this look on her face.
Does she watch the show?
No, she doesn't watch the show. She sees enough of me.
She listens to Rimshee's side of the show, so I say ridiculous things, trying to get him to say ridiculous things, and then he just doesn't go with it because I know she's within earshot.
Oh well, Nick's live.
That's how I can tell if she's home or not. Because if she goes along with certain jokes.
Well, Nick's live, so those of you wanting to catch the Saints, or Saint, that's a thing that we do.
Thank you for joining the pre-show. It's been a lot of fun. I think.
Yeah, thanks for watching
Trainwreck. Be sure to check it out once it's posted on YouTube, and we'll see you next week, maybe beforehand, because Rimshee and I don't have work anymore.
Yeah. Later, everyone.
More of me.
You're never coming back, Skull.
I know.